welcome to 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Daddy-Daughter Disney Travel Podcast. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bello-Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bello-Braddock. And today, we're going to be teaching you how to pick your paradise at Walt Disney World.
Pick your paradise. So we've talked a lot about how to pick hotels and all that sort of stuff, but we're putting a little bit of a different spin on it. It gives you a different way to pick where you want to stay on your Walt Disney World vacation. And as Amelia said, we call it Pick Your Paradise. And yes, we have 5 paradise types that we're going to walk through today. Amelia, why don't you share those 5 paradise types?
We have the luxury vacation, the tropical vacation, the beach vacation, the Euro vacation, and the rustic vacation.
So, which paradise do you prefer? Or do you want to wait until the end and then tell me your top 3 of these 5?
I think I'll wait to reveal my personal preferences.
All right, I shall do the same. So let's do them in those order. So next time you're booking your vacation, and hopefully we're all starting to get revved up again to book our Disney vacations for this summer or beyond, maybe 50th anniversary. That's coming up. Shall we attend?
50th anniversary of not going?
Oh, could you imagine? That would be multiple pandemics required. Let's start with the luxury paradise. Pick your paradise, a luxury Disney vacation. All right, for everyone, we're going to follow where to stay, what to do, where to dine, and more. So, where do you stay if you want a luxury Disney vacation?
The Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
Yes,
Walt
Disney's
Disney World.
Fabulous crown jewel, the Grand Floridian. It's no secret, it is our favorite resort. And that, in Disney terms, really is the true luxury place to go. It's upscale, refined, elegant,
Expensive.
all those things. It is the most expensive of the Disney resorts on site, that is for sure.
I'm doing a project. I was looking at prices. They are quite high.
But it is not stuffy.
No, surprisingly.
That's one of the things I think we talked about in a
our
past
Grand
episode.
Floridian
Yeah,
episode.
people who have not stayed there, and maybe who haven't even visited it. Everybody will zip by it on the monorail when they go to the Magic Kingdom. But it's not stuffy, and it is kid-friendly as well.
Yeah, they allow 4-year-olds to dance down the stairs and perform.
And they have, as I've said in the past, probably more things for kids to do than any other resort. But at the same time, in Disney terms, it is Disney luxury. It's definitely upscale. It's nice. It's elegant. You feel special
It's home to a
when you
Michelin
stay
star
there.
restaurant.
And we stay there a lot. I don't know if it's Michelin star, but it's pretty darn close. We'll have to check that. And we're talking, of course, about Victoria and Albert's, which we'll get to in a minute. So if you want a luxury Disney vacation, truly, you can have luxury in other ways. For example, a bungalow is very luxurious in its own way, or staying in a suite at any deluxe resort. But truly, for a luxury Disney vacation, and our whole approach for this episode is to be immersive, right?
So I don't know how luxury this would be, but I would also personally recommend you stay at club level.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. That's more luxurious. Club level at the Grand Floridian is pretty much as luxurious as you can get. And what's our favorite room? If you can, and we always recommend, I'll say it again, make a room request when you book your stay. Rate down to the room number if you like. And what's our favorite rooming?
One of our favorite rooms is 4407.
Yes, so it's a club level room facing right through the marina at Cinderella Castle. And if you can't get 4407, 4207 is also good.
Yeah.
However, it has the trees just sort of come into the bottom of your view. There's some trees out in front of the quick service there.
Although personally, for me, I would actually prefer to stay in a club level room at the Grand Floridian than a bungalow.
Ooh, that's a close call. We'll have to come back
because
to that
of the
one
food. They have food
later. Or yes, the club level lounges are appealing. And we do have a club level episode if you want to know more about
these
those.
rooms will cause young children to say they want to live at said hotels.
Yes, you will spoil your family members once you stay club level at the Grand Floridian, or any club level, but especially the Grand Floridian, and especially if you have the theme park view room, which I highly recommend. All right, your luxury immersive stay is the Grand Floridian. What? Well, let's start with where to dine. So for this one, I'm going to stay on site, and I'm going to say really any restaurant there, even Narcoossee's, although, I mean, we We don't have it in our top 10, but it's still a very nice restaurant.
I know we critique it a lot, but as far as it's a nice restaurant. Like, it is still a good restaurant. It's not the worst restaurant ever.
It's just not my first, second, or third choice there.
Or 10th.
Out of all there. Well, I mean there, at that hotel, which I think has 5 or 6 or 7. Oh, actually, maybe even 8 if you include pool dining.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I would recommend for your luxury stay, of course, Victoria and Albert's, but if that's out of reach or you just don't want to go there, I would say Citricos for a nice upscale luxury dining experience on site at the Grand Floridian.
It'd be as luxury in terms of seating, but the food at 1900 Park Fair is actually quite good.
Yes, 1900 Park Fair for character dining.
And also the one near there that I'm forgetting the name of.
But what I'm going to talk about...
They have steaks.
Oh, the Grand Floridian Cafe.
Yes.
That. So really you can't go wrong on site there. But if you had to pick and say, what would Mike recommend? I do love the Grand Floridian Cafe, but for someone going maybe for their first time or who hasn't stayed there, I'm going to tell you to go to Citricos. If not Victoria and Albert's, but I understand
if you have kids under 10.
Yeah. If you have kids under 10, you cannot go to Victoria and Albert's. At least not with them. You can have someone look after them while you have your luxurious dinner
Although they
experience.
might leave you some obnoxious notes because you left them behind.
That is possible and has been known to happen in our family. And we have one child, so I'm sure you can possibly figure it out. But nonetheless.
My pick is still Grand Floridian Cafe because the steak there.
It is good.
It's so good.
It's the best value there for sure. It's really good food,
steak.
Great environment, excellent service. Right there, just off the main building lobby.
You can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong really at any
dining at the Grand Floridian. There's no bad restaurant.
And what do you do on your luxury, immersive Disney vacation? I have a couple of things I would recommend.
Some yachts.
That is one of them. I didn't put it on, but definitely the Grand One Yacht, as we've talked about in recent episodes, is a very good thing for your luxury Disney vacation.
I think a synonym for the luxury Disney vacation is, the expensive Disney vacation.
Yes, but they don't all have to be at the hotel when I'm doing this immersive. So I also have the VIP tour.
Yeah.
If you want to feel like a VIP and that luxurious feel, book a VIP tour, which means you can go anywhere and pretty much do almost anything you want with your VIP tour guys, certainly for attractions.
And those costumes actually make plaid look good.
Yes, the plaids. The tour guides are also known as the plaids.
And that's a good, that is how you do plaid well.
With those tour guide vests?
They look so good.
Yes, they do.
They make you feel so
They are
special.
very luxurious themselves.
And you feel so important.
And usually, they're very knowledgeable about the park. So if you like Disney trivia, they're going to give you some good stuff for sure, at least in our experience.
We have to ask.
And then the last one for what to do on your luxury Disney vacation is one to throw in for the kids, and it is on site at the Grand Floridian, and it is something you have done. Why don't you talk about it?
The Perfectly Princess Tea.
Tell us about it. Who do you see there? What do you do?
Well, personally, I saw Aurora. She was there. She was like the main.
I believe she is still the main host.
Yeah, she is the main host of said tea party. And you get there are little surprises throughout. If you unfold your napkin, there's a little charm bracelet. At least.
I didn't know that.
I still have it. It still fits me.
No, I didn't go. It was Mummy and Amelia who went.
And I also got an Aurora doll, nice little doll with the hair.
It's not Barbie doll size. It's the next one up.
Yeah, it's like American Girl size.
Yeah, exactly.
And be aware the hair does not stay. If you even remotely touch it, it's just...
Bad hair day from now on?
Hair day from now on.
For your Aurora doll? Well, that explains a lot. I've seen that doll. I think she's downstairs.
Yeah, she is downstairs.
In our Disney basement bathroom.
Well, she has an adorable little dress on.
Yes, she does.
I don't even remember all of them because there's so many. You open a napkin, there's a charm bracelet. You open a menu, there's like a nice photo, and you get to do the thing around the hotel, the parade at the end of it.
Sometimes,
which people can join
you did it, but it's been off and on there. So if it is happening, it's a fun thing. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. I'm not sure why. And what's the host name? Rose? Briar Rose? No, Rose. There's a host right before Aurora comes in. And what does she do? Story time and things like that?
Yeah, I think her name is, I can't remember exactly, and they might change it up, but it's...
Rose petals? I don't know why I have
It's a
Rose
flower.
in my name. Yeah.
It's something to do with a flower.
So really the Perfectly Princess Tea is like a luxury tea party, right? And it's in the tea room. And it is not a dinner or lunch. It is sort of, what did you have? Tea sandwiches and that sort of thing?
Yeah, like tea little... It's like it was my dream 4th birthday party.
Did you actually have tea as a kid, or what did they give you?
The adults had tea, and I can't remember if I personally drank it, but I mean, if you wanted tea, they'd give it to you.
Yeah, what else was there?
Oh, I think I had iced tea.
Oh, right. That would make sense.
I did have tea.
Now, this one is sticker shock beware. It's expensive. It's in the hundreds of dollars per person, as I recall.
What?
So just bear that in mind. So
I mean, you do get a lot, but
you do get a lot of swag. The doll, those collectible dolls are expensive and things like that, but it's not inexpensive. But remember, we're talking about the luxury Disney Vacation immersive experience. So this is definitely something if you have little ones who would enjoy, and you get excellent quality time with Aurora.
You do, that's
true.
She
spends a lot of time with every guest.
Because it's only in that small, nice little...
tea room.
Yeah, tea room at the Grand Floridian.
So that is our luxury Disney immersive paradise. What's our next paradise?
The tropical Disney vacation.
So pick your paradise tropical Walt Disney World vacation. Well, where are you staying?
The Polynesian. And they recently redid these rooms.
Yes, to the Moana theme. And more than just the rooms. The whole entrance has changed. The lobby's been slightly tweaked.
They redid it. It's nicer now.
Yes, the Moana theme. So we'll look forward to seeing that on our next visit. They've done that over the COVID year. So we're staying at the Polynesian for our trip, which makes sense. Now, there's another resort that sort of spans a couple of categories, so I'll mention it here. We don't go into moderates and values a lot, but the Caribbean Beach Resort is a possible also for a tropical Disney vacation I would throw in there.
And if you are looking for moderate equivalents, Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter would also work for luxury if you're looking for moderate.
Yeah, they're not going to be quite as luxurious.
No, well, they're not the Grand Floridian.
They're not the Grand Floridian, but I would say, I would maybe put those into there. But more so, Caribbean Beach would fit tropical.
Yeah.
Now, so that's where you're going to stay. It is very, very tropical. It has been since day one. There's winding paths with all those Polynesian, sort of a Hawaiian feel to them. Lots of tropical foliage, the big leaved plants and water.
And they have a beach. You just can't go into the water.
Well, you used to be able to when I was a youngin'.
When I was young, you could do it.
I mean, we used to swim in the lake. When you were young, they allowed you to sort of wade into the water. But now there's no go, right? Well, now it's blocked off mostly.
Well, now it's safe.
It was fine. I mean, for 10, 15 years, we swam in there, water skied in there, did all sorts of stuff in there. And then I guess that bacteria that can appear in Florida waters hit Bay Lake, and that's the reason why they started shutting it down. River Country was actually part of the lake water.
I'm sorry, what?
Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to our tropical immersive Disney vacation. So yes, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. You will stay in a longhouse, Polynesian style. There are many types of rooms there. Club level there is actually quite nice as well.
Any club level is pretty nice.
But that one I really like, the Hawaii building. The bungalows sort of block the view a lot now. So, of course, their bungalows are there as well. So if you want a luxurious tropical paradise.
I would almost argue that the bungalows could be part of the definitely are part of the luxury Disney beach vacation.
Okay, let me ask you this. I mean, you said it for the last one. So you're on your tropical Disney vacation. You're staying at the Polynesian. Do you want a bungalow or do you want club level?
I want a bungalow.
Oh, why would you pick club level?
Because it's the Grand Floridian.
So I really like the club level at the Polynesian.
I like it too. It's just the bungalows.
Okay, so you would stay in a bungalow there.
The bungalows.
Yes, the Cowabungalows, as I call them.
And also club level, you get to stay inside the main hotel.
Now, where are you going to dine? What's your recommended dine? If we want to stay on our immersive feel of a tropical vacation.
I know you don't like it for dinner, but I like Ohana. I don't think it's that bad.
Well, it's sort of like Citricos. Or not Citricos, Narcoossee's. Sorry, Narcoossee's for me.
I think
it's gone downhill. Ohana is no longer on our top 10 list, but...
I think it's better than Narcoossee's.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think it might be just a bit better. But they also do have a good breakfast. So
the breakfast is good, for sure.
If you're doing overall meals, overall as a restaurant,
you could actually do both because it's a different experience. If you're there for a week and you
totally different.
Yeah, and you want to keep your immersive theme of tropical, go to Ohana for breakfast and dinner, and then you decide which one you like more. But definitely from the perspective of this immersive tropical Disney vacation, an Ohana dinner is good. There's the coconut races, there's a ukulele, you learn how to do the hula.
Yeah.
So it is very immersive. It's just the food is not as good as it used to be, but, you know, if you're going for an immersive tropical, by all means do it. So where to stay, the Polynesian, where to dine, Ohana. I mean, you're going to dine other places, but as part of your tropical stay, definitely do Ohana. And what to do. In this case, it's another dining experience.
To a luau.
The luau. The spirit of aloha luau, right on site at the Polynesian Village Resort. I would recommend that. It's a lot of fun. And it's pretty authentic. There's a special luau cove for it. It can get rained out. It's happened to us. We got rained out, but they sort of refunded us half of the meal or half the ticket price because they served us food, but we didn't get the show. So it was a bit weird. That goes back to our Disney in the summer.
What a lovely show.
Yes, Amelia went on stage. She was actually dressed in a grass skirt. I can't remember how old you were. 7, 6,
No, it was
8?
before Hawaii.
So how old were you?
I was 5.
5 years old.
Thanks for knowing how old your kid was.
And amazingly, she got up on stage and started dancing the hula. And then a bunch of other girls came up with her.
And very inspirational.
And in very unlike Disney style, they actually let them do that for a while before kicking them off for being unsafe. Because it was soaking wet. The stage area and the floor area are out in the open, but the dining area is covered.
In very European Disney fashion.
What do you mean by
They allowed us.
Oh, you mean Disneyland Paris?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they were not as strict that day. Maybe they wanted kids to have a chance to run around because it was raining. But anyway, a tropical Disney vacation at the Polynesian will be very immersive. So definitely a tropical paradise. That's where I'm going to say. What's our next topic?
Which you'd think is the same, but it's actually quite different.
It is very different.
Experience is the beach vacation.
Yes. So pick your paradise beach. If you're a beach type person,
Beach club.
Yes, Disney's Beach Club Resort, definitely. Now, you're right. You could say tropical, but they're different, right? A beach theme is not a Hawaiian luau tropical theme. In fact, I wouldn't call the beach club very tropical. It's more beachfront.
Yeah, I would call it more like California surfing.
So why don't you talk about, what do you like about the beach club?
I like
from a beach perspective.
Their pool.
Well, Stormalong Bay.
It has a sandy bottom, therefore beach.
Well, it is. They did a good job of making that different than every other Disney pool.
That is that is arguably, well, in my opinion, the best pool, the best pool just ever.
At Disney resorts?
No, just ever.
Not including water parks.
Well, I like that better.
Wow. And they did do a good job. So they do have one section, like Amelia said, that is all sandy, beautiful white sand. It's a chlorinated pool, but it's white sand in the bottom, and you can go and sort of sit on the sand in the water, just like you would be at a beach.
That is very good Imagineering
there is a beach there on Crescent Lake, but you can't go in that water. It's small. It's not the size of Bay Lake or Seven Seas Lagoon. But then they also have a lazy river. They have a massive water slide coming out of the pirate ship. It is an enclosed water slide. But overall, the immersive beach feeling, really from the color scheme to the sort of laid-back lobby and the room layout and colors, it's very beach-like.
And even just to the location, which goes right near the boardwalk, which is kind of like a pier at a normal beach, on an actual beach.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Even down to location, and there's so much.
So you do get a real beach feel there. It's connected to the yacht club, which is a different feel, but from a purely beach feel, stay in the Beach Club Resort. They have outdoor sand volleyball courts, all the sort of stuff you'd find at a beach. So they did a really good job theming it. Now I have some twists on this one. So where to stay if you want a beach paradise on site, Beach Club Resort for sure.
Yeah.
Now this is again where I would say you could argue Caribbean Beach Resort also.
Yeah.
But I would definitely stay Beach Club over Caribbean Beach for the beach feeling. Now, where to dine? I'm throwing a twist in here from my perspective.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying California Grill. We don't always have to stay
That's
at
not
the
at the
hotel.
Beach Club.
No, it's not at the Beach Club, but it has a very sort of beach California vibe and feel to it, right? It's California, obviously, from the name. It's at the Contemporary Resort, but I would say as part of your immersive beach vacation, of course, Hurricane Hannah's by the pool. That feels very beachy. It feels like you're any beach town. That's at the Beach Club Resort. That's their quick service. No, but if you want a nice meal, there are restaurants on site. But I would say For my immersive beach vacation, I would add California Grill in there
I
as
might just go to Epcot.
as my dining experience.
And then hop on over to Epcot.
And then what to do?
Surfing.
Well, surfing. Where are we going surfing?
Typhoon Lagoon.
We've talked about this before, but if you want a beach vacation experience...
I cannot stress enough how much you need to do this.
Yes, surfing at Typhoon Lagoon definitely is going to fall into your beach-themed vacation. So... if you want a beach paradise at Walt Disney World, stay at the beach club, dine at California Grill, and go surfing at Typhoon Lagoon. Now, it's totally different in some ways, still technically on the water, is a Euro beach vacation. That's our next immersive theme. You can pick your paradise. You want a European paradise? Well, we now have the fabulous Riviera Resort Hotel. And that truly is it's the newest resort at Walt Disney World, and it is very much inspired by the Riviera, where I lived for a while in France.
Just got to throw that in.
Got to throw that in. So I know my Euro. I definitely know my Riviera. And it is a nice touch. You do get a very European feeling to it.
It's impeccably decorated as someone
Yes,
who
it
has,
is.
I mean, I didn't live there for a year as
But
you.
I have taken you to visit to my
Yes.
old stomping grounds.
Saying I have visited there, and it's quite authentic, surprisingly authentic.
Yeah, it's very well done from an Imagineering standpoint. It's they say French and Italian Riviera themed, so it's
only downfalls.
the decor's nice. And what's the downfall?
It has a Skyliner stop.
Yes, as much as which crashed again the other day.
Oh,
Shocker. Sorry, but not a fan. I will say from that perspective, the Skyliner station there is really cool. They even made it look quite nice and Euro inspired. So yeah, it's not Disneyland Paris. But
I would just go to look at the Skyliner station, not necessarily go on it.
yeah, it is a nice station. So if you want a Euro style vacation at Walt Disney World, stay at the Riviera. It's pretty cool. And where to dine? Well, they have Toppins on site.
That's a pretty good restaurant.
It's a pretty good restaurant. You can get character dining, but it's not my number one.
Because I think one of the big things about its location is that it's very close to Epcot.
Yeah, you can take the Skyliner to Epcot or
walk.
Or go another way, take a Uber or Lyft. But I would say, for me, because it's French-inspired and I liked France, I lived in France, I would put Monsieur Paul or even Chef de France, Les Chefs de France.
It's because, at least for me, if you go into like France or even like England or surrounding European towns, you could just pretend that you're on the Promenade des Anglais and you're in France, but you're actually in Epcot, which is even better.
Or you could go really any of the European pavilions. So Italy, Germany, any of those, you can dine in there. And then to that end, what to do, I would say spend time in World Showcase.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're having a Euro-inspired Disney vacation, you can stay at the Riviera.
If you're already pretending you're in Europe, take it a step farther, why don't you?
Take it a step farther and spend a lot of time in World Showcase. And if you can do a Euro vacation and you're adding World Showcase, then I would definitely do it during the food and wine. Because they have extra European, all types of booths, but way more European booths. You're going to get more wine and beer and food and all the fun things.
Although in true Disney fashion, underage people can't drink.
Well, they do have, most often, they have non-alcoholic drinks as well. Some innovative ones.
I guess in that sense, it's not quite like Europe.
Yes. Yeah, Europe, it's different there. Yeah, it's not, you're going to have to go to Disneyland Paris for the true Euro Disney experience.
Can you do that in Disneyland Paris?
I'm not sure how it works there in the park.
It's an excellent question.
And our final paradise.
The rustic Disney vacation.
The rustic Disney vacation. And again, so I would say, personally, there are probably 3 options here, right? I'm going to say, though, for where to stay, for me, if someone said, I like that rustic-y feel, Wilderness Lodge.
For those people who like camping for some reason.
Well, that would be Fort Wilderness.
No, but if you want a hotel.
Oh, well, but let's talk about it.
You want to switch it up.
Yeah, if you want to switch it up well, there's many angles to look at this. I never thought of it that way.
If you want to shake up your normal camping experience, if you like camping, but you want to go to Disney, you don't necessarily want to camp for the whole time. You have to shake it up. You have to change it up.
Yeah, or you could have a cabin at Fort Wilderness as well. But I would say for a real sort of rustic, most of these we're talking about nice upscale vacations. So I would say Wilderness Lodge. You could put Animal Kingdom into this mix, but for reasons we've talked about in the past, I would not. I would say Wilderness Lodge is where you want to stay for your rustic Disney vacation. Now, where should you dine? I have a bit of a twist for this one as well. So if you're going for the immersive rustic Disney vacation, yes, there's dining on site, but they've messed with it a bit. Well, one is sort of fun in Whispering Canyon.
I was going to say, yeah, because yes, I know it's not upscale dining.
And at the moment, it's not as interactive as it once was.
Yes, it's not upscale dining. But if you are going for the rustic sort of feel, this is it's more rustic because it is quick service and it's not necessarily
it's table
white
service.
Collar.
It's table service.
I know, but it's not necessarily like white collar. Let's have a little purse stool over there.
Oh, I see. When you think table service, you automatically, in your mind, think of more upscale.
Like white tablecloths and little bread baskets and waiters with cloth
No,
things.
it's not like that. Okay, so fair enough. It's rustic table service. Because Roaring Fork, just for the record, is their quick service. So there is quick service there. And there's poolside bars. But yeah, okay, I could see that. But I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to go into the Magic Kingdom and say dining, go to Skipper Canteen.
See, I have a different option for you.
Because Skipper Canteen is very unique, sort of rustic, but upscale table service dining. So if I'm on a rustic, I'm going to stay at Wilderness Lodge. I'm going to dine at Skipper Canteen. I'll probably go to Whispering Canyon too.
I agree with you, but I disagree with you.
If it's post-COVID. What's your option?
I would say hop on over to Fort Wilderness and go to the Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Or Trails End, actually.
Yes, but mostly the Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Okay, so and you can actually walk. There's a really close little path, and they haven't built reflections yet to get in the way. So
exactly.
You can go over to Fort Wilderness right next door.
And I mean, Trails End is also good, but I love the Hoop-de-Doo Review. It's one of my favorite on-site restaurants at Disney World.
And for this rustic Disney vacation, I'm going to recommend what to do to get that feeling. I'm going to throw in Wild Africa Trek, which we talked about recently.
That's rustic. It's kind of like you're going through the woods to find your campsite.
You could also talk about horseback riding because it's right next door, as we've talked about. And I'm also throwing in, there's a VIP tour called the Ultimate Nights of Adventure. It takes place
VIP tours are very rustic.
Yeah. Well, this one is. It's at Animal Kingdom Park, right?
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah. It's not the VIP tour, the pure VIP tour, which is many, many, many thousands of dollars. This is far more affordable in the hundreds of dollars at the most. And the Ultimate Nights of Adventure VIP tour at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. That's a great one to do just to give you that rustic, immersive feeling, but something special, right? That's the whole point of where to stay, what to do, and where to dine. These are the special things we would recommend. So we have talked about, to recap, pick your paradise, luxury, tropical, beach, Euro, or rustic.
What is your favorite?
My favorite is going to be luxury.
Rank them.
Oh, my goodness. I will go with luxury. Then I will go with tropical and probably beach. Or maybe beach and tropical. I'm not sure. The only reason Euro falls off for me, because I love the theming, is because of where the Riviera Resort is located. It's not as convenient as the luxury, tropical, and beach.
To get to the Magic Kingdom?
To get anywhere. I don't like the Skyliner, so, as you know.
What, really?
Okay, give me your top 3 of those. I would do any of these, put it this way. I think they're all fun things to do.
Well, obviously, it's a Disney vacation. None of these are bad ways.
None of them are bad ways.
To have a Disney vacation.
They're all great resort hotels. They're all great things.
These are all luxury resorts, too.
So. Well, we've mentioned some other options as well,
but most,
the moderates.
Most
None
of
the values would fit any of these, but a few of the moderates do. All right.
So I'm going to do something I rarely do and rank them from best to worst. I don't normally do that. So first, luxury, obviously. I think that's just kind of a given. Then I would say beach, Euro, rustic, tropical.
Oh, you have Polynesian last for tropical. Why is that?
Well, because the thing is, I would love to do a tropical vacation. I'd just rather do.
Actually, I'm going to change. I'm going to change my vote. I think as you say that,
I'm very convinced.
I'm going to put beach second. That's all, ahead of tropical.
Yeah, because of Stormalong Bay there.
Yeah, and I just think
it drives it home.
I do like the tropical theming, and I do like the Polynesian. Well, it's so close, but I just think the beach club is a bit more fun as a resort.
And I love the Polynesian. I
love it too.
I would love to stay there. And I'm not saying I don't. Oh my gosh, a tropical Disney vacation? I mean, no way.
They do have the pineapple lanai there with Dole Whips right on tap all the time. And literally, there's the alcoholic ones. But anyway, you know what? The fact that we have such a hard time picking which are first, second, and third just shows you really can't go wrong. So if you're planning your next Disney vacation, have some fun with it and take this approach. Pick a paradise and do a little bit of an immersive approach to your vacation and see how that works out. If it's your first time or your 21st time, you can have some fun doing this.
Or your 101st time.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed our Pick Your Paradise episode and it gave you some food for thought as you're looking ahead. Be sure to follow along on social media with us at 1923 Main Street. We love having you along and we love sharing your experiences. It means a lot to us. So please keep doing that. We like hearing from everyone who listens and enjoys this show. And give us your show ideas, of course. All right. We will see you again next week. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.